Up when DFE tweeted, trended down into close. Looks like it's just getting vol shorted again. So I think everyone just pulled back a bunch of like sold calls when he tweeted, and then they just started selling them again. So nothing particularly interesting there. I'll see if any of the delta and stuff changes overnight, and I'll let you guys know in the Discord chat. But it doesn't look all that interesting. So moved back down towards where we at least think VM kind of is today. Kind of fell mostly in line with expectations. Closed 19 points down on the day. A little bit of a reversal of the top, although I would like to see a failure below the gap and see the gap get filled at 60.50 to confirm. Yeah, so definitely want to see that gap filled to the downside to confirm at least a near-term breakdown. Gamma neutrals around 606, so if we can confirm that, maybe a pullback to GN before finding support. Then we have the long term trend just right below GN as well, so that could be another possible downside target here. A little bit of a failure on ES after breaking the 60-90 level earlier today. We didn't really push up much higher. Some of the bullish positioning pulled back into the end of the day, especially on the short put side. So this may continue to fail overnight. If it loses the trend, maybe a retest at 60-64. 60-65, right around there. Probably nothing super interesting, especially with NFP tomorrow. I don't think our overnight moves are going to be all that compelling. Dollar down for the majority of the day. It slipped the 106 level, which was a prior support. Yields also coming down in line with the dollar, but yields at the front end of the curve moving up slightly. Not on the short dated notes like the 4-8, 1 month, 3 month. Those actually didn't perform as well, but especially following the not so great auctions earlier today. Broad commodities up slightly. There was a little bit of bump in oil earlier today that fell back. Gold also fell back with the decline in the dollar. However, the rest of the precious metals look like they did pretty well. Kind of a mixed bag. Copper and silver up on the day. Energies, not too exciting right now. Correlation starting to get a little bit more divergent on the 1 month. So we're starting to see most of the vol selling and long vol in the underlying is short dated right now. We're really not seeing an increase in longer dated expectations, which means that probably VIX 3M, VIX 3M up 1% today versus cash regular VIX at up 0.7, right? So a little bit of outperformance on longer run volatility expectations, and that should see like IV 30 through 90 start to bump a little bit, which will hopefully pull up realized vol a tiny bit, because realized vol is just in the toilet right now. Forward yield on volatility is still quite negative. Leverage in the carry trade falling off a little bit into the back half of the day. 7.86 still though, so not much of a change day over day. Bond vol continuing to fall off, now at around 92. Slight move up in 3 month correlation. We might start to see bond volatility rise following the NFP data. So something to keep an eye on, but I don't expect we'll see a lot until the Fed makes their next decision at the December meeting. Skew at all-time highs, so just no risk. Everything's risk-free returns in the market right now, apparently. This is weird, and I noted this earlier. 58.25% of the S&P is below its 20-day moving average. So despite the market being at all-time highs, it's actually selling off really hard. On a more equal weighted measure. And so, I mean, all of this pump is in a few stocks. There's not a lot of breadth supporting our upside here, which means it's unstable. And there's also profit taking in a wider basket of stocks that's going on kind of underneath the surface. So if you're just focused on the index itself, you might miss this because it's at all-time highs. But the rest of the shit is selling off, and breadth is not supportive of this continued move to the upside. Volatility still becoming slightly more correlated day over day. I think the moves are still fairly small, we got a bigger bump today from 11.8% to 13% than we have over the last couple of days. As that correlation increases, those moves should get bigger, and that might be a fairly good signal that we're moving towards a period of heightened volatility. Fed fund futures, no real significant changes here. 0.37, so slightly down over slightly under yesterday's close, but roughly the same expectations. The yield curve starting to uninvert again, or reinvert again. The 10-2-year positive 3.6 after today's price action. It kind of moved back up a little bit into the end of the day. We want to see uninversion for bearishness. If the yield curve reinverts, that's going to be extremely bullish for leverage. We tested the 29 trend yesterday out here on the monthly, and then closed below it today. So a little bit above it yesterday, below it today. I don't really know if that trend has any actual significance after 100 years, but we found a bit of resistance near it, so that's exciting. We would still want to see a failure this month below 5,700 to confirm that a top, or at least a local top, is in. We're nowhere near that. On the 1 day, however, this still isn't hinting at a reversal, really. I think we can still find support around the 60-40 level and continue higher. But if we lose this, the prior all-time high from a couple days ago, that might open up a test down here at like the EMA 30, which is around 59.38. That's also an important technical level. A loss of 59.38 might open up some more downside. So that's kind of what I'd be focused on, is that 60.44 level and 59.40. That's about it. Damn, finance is not doing well. Tech is just killing it.
In my jar 5.
Thanks, Ben. I don't know what the hell you wrote, but I appreciate it. Hell yeah, Girk. I doubled my daily goal and got rid of that GME Albatross I've been dragging around for 3 years. Thanks for everything, dude. Congratulations, man. I'm glad DFE gave you an exit. Alright, guys. I will see you tomorrow morning. Everybody have a great night. Later.